on my roof with a help me sign. Are you? In practical terms, what is the solution? Well, you've done part of it. You have to get control of the political system in Washington. And you went out and you voted. The Tea Parties are making a huge, huge difference. Political solutions are available here. But I want to talk to you about something different. A lot of people tell me, Glenn, I don't have a lot of money. I don't know what to do. Great. Let me give you a little hint on something. Somebody told me the other day that the average home in America, this is phenomenal. I can't believe this is true. The average home in America has $25,000 worth of stuff that they don't need or don't use. Lying around. You've got it in boxes in your basement. You have it in little used rooms. You just got extra stuff. I don't know if that's right, but that isn't a number for the average millionaire. That's the average American, they say. Let's say that number is... Let's say the real number is 12.5. Let's say the number is $5,000 of stuff that you have laying around your house. Would that make a difference in your life? Think about what you could do with $5,000 to prepare. Could you pay down your debt? Could you go buy extra groceries and add food storage? Could you have an extra cushion just in case you lose your job? You must begin to start thinking out of the box. Now, if you're doing okay right now, could you sell that stuff, and could the extra money allow you to be somebody with a lifeboat instead of one holding the sign? Here's what gave me the idea. My wife, she was asking me for help, and we were doing some, I don't know, people were coming over, and she wanted me to get a tray in our dining room, and we have this hutch, and underneath it's got all the trays and stuff. I don't even know what half the stuff is. I think I see it maybe on Christmas or Thanksgiving. We never use it. And it's all falling out, and I'm like, honey, can we downsize some of the crap in our life? Well, we talked about it. We decided that we do have too much stuff, too much clutter in our life, so we're downsizing. We have a goal to cut our stuff in half. That's a pretty big deal. My wife and I spent Saturday tagging the things around our home and deciding what to get rid of. A lot of the stuff we really like, but we just don't use, and it's unnecessary. Next week, after this week, we're taking pictures of it and everything else. I'm going to put it up on upillar.com. I'm going to downsize. Oh, how environmentally friendly of me. I'm going to cut our stuff in half. Somebody should call the Tides Foundation and Annie Leonard. We should get this on the Story of Stuff. No. What am I going to do with the money? Well, I'm going to do something on December 15th in Ohio. And I'll give you more information on that because I'm going to ask you to join me. It's going to be a mini It's a Wonderful Life. I'll give you all the details soon. But tonight, here's what I want you to do. I want you to talk to your wife or your husband about reducing your debt, your stuff footprint. And then ask if you will join me on a quest. Not the thing in Ohio. If you want to join on that later, that's fine. This quest. What could you do with $5,000? However much you have, $1,000, $500. Could you buy extra food? Would it put you in a position where you would be more prepared? Please, talk to your family tonight. Find out. It's step number one in a quest that, I'm telling you, I was just nominated for Time Man of the Year, which I think is a total joke. No, I was honored. And I'm counting on it too. Here's what the difference is. Forget about the Time Man of the Year. Next year, we're going to build the People of the Decade. You talk to your family tonight. Have an answer ready for me tomorrow. I'll give you more details tomorrow night. But up next, I have to go back to George Soros. Oh my gosh, George Soros and Sarah Palin's new show. Wait until I show you the unbelievable connections. What is your dream? This day is a day that we can start the heart of America again. And it has nothing to do with politics. It has everything to do with God. Everything turning our face back to the values and the principles that made us great. We have a choice today. We have a choice. You're not going to believe this. There is another grassroots boycott. Yes, this time of conservative Sarah Palin's Alaska. This is a fantastic reality show which looks great. It's on the Discovery Channel. It started last night. This is Virginia. She's not actually in the... She's going to help me in here. Come on over here for a second. There she is climbing, and then she meets bears and everything. Well, Discovery is being targeted by environmentalists. Now, it's a grassroots boycott. It must be that regular Americans are outraged at Sarah Palin. Man! Well, the group organizing the boycott is Credo Mobile and Credo Action, which is part of the larger organization. Yeah, Credo Mobile and Credo Action. Now, the larger organization that they're a part of is Credo Assets. These groups focus on progressive philanthropy and activism. And they're also a mobile phone provider, which is great. So your phone calls go to help. Now, here's your first clue. Here's their complaint. I am appalled that Discovery Communications, do we have it here? The home of numerous eco-conscious offerings, has picked up Sarah Palin's Alaska. She hates bears. Sarah Palin's anti-nature crusade as governor makes her extremely unsuitable to host your show in the lineup. I urge you to cancel the show before it airs. Well, the co-founder of Credo, he's just your normal guy. He's just like you, run-of-the-mill guy, who in his spare time helped co-found the Secretary of State project, which is really kind of a, oh, wait a minute, Secretary of State project? Wait a minute, that's, hey, wait a minute, that's Spooky Dude again. What are the odds? What a small world it is here. Credo also donates money to various causes. Let's take a look and see what they fund. Well, first, they fund Media Matters. George Soros. Small world. They also do the Center for Constitutional Rights, which is also George Soros. The militant group, the Ruckus Society. George Soros. They also teamed up with the Color of Change, which is fantastic, run by former Van Jones. Van Jones, of course, George Soros, and he was also formerly with the Ella Baker Center, which is partially funded by Credo. And George Soros, yes, he's there too. Isn't donating money just fun when you play it like this? Oh, by the way, this guy also sits on the board of Social Policy Organizers Forum Board with Wade Rathke and Drummond Pike. Drummond Pike. I remember these guys. I remember Drummond Pike and Wade Rathke. How do I remember them? George Soros, that's right, in the Tides Center, and that's great. Oh, and also Andy Stern is on that board. And you have the picture of, yeah, he's... It's the same group of people. So very grassroots. There's your grassroots boycott of Sarah Palin's Alaska on Discovery. So organic, so pure. May I just point out that it was on the air yesterday, which means... it failed badly. I mean, really super. Gee, Wally, another super depressing failure for George Soros and his evil buddies. Golly, gee whiz, George. Why not donate some money, to maybe like a worthy cause? Maybe give it to somebody in need. You know what I'm saying? Instead of burning it with these guys. Because, golly gee, when Mom finds out, she's going to be awfully mad that you're hanging out with spooky evil dudes like these guys. Oh, gee, Wally.
Inflation has already hit the shelves at Walmarts across the country, but don't expect the government to tell you about it.
Tiffany, do we know this man's name? Do we know this guy's name?
He didn't give us his name.
Oh, I have it here.
It's
Albin Sadar. And he wrote this. He made this for our viewers. Sometimes are very creative. He just dropped this off for us today, and it is Puppet Master Theater. This is me, George Soros. He's dressed as the Emperor, which is very... I think it's fantastic, strangely. All right. Who can you trust? Who can you trust? Can you trust the government and their numbers right now? Well, we know about the numbers for the jobs that they reported on Friday, and they're better than expected. That's good, right? Job numbers earlier this month, payrolls supposedly expanded by over 151,000 jobs. It's great. I mean, look at the headlines here. It's fantastic. Bad news here, they misled you. They misled you. Some people would say they lied to you, but those would only be, the people like me. The government changed the seasonal adjustment. It changed that formula so they could make the they could boost the job numbers, the numbers of jobs created in October by 100,000 jobs. In fact, according to John Williams, not the music guy, he works at Shadow Government Statistics. The BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, is fiddling with the figures via what he calls the seasonal factor games. It's actually creating 200,000 phantom jobs just last month. John cites such finagling as the reason his prediction of an October decline and a rise in the jobless rate was so wrong. It also explains why seasonally adjusted payrolls were revised upward by 110,000 people in September, including 56,000 in August. There is also the story of the government claiming that inflation is actually going down. But to just see the secret Walmart survey, inflation is here, and it is rising. The survey showed a 0.6% price increase in just the last 2 months alone. At that rate, prices would be close to 4% higher a year from now. That's double what the Fed's mandate says. What it means is you could be paying $5.50 a gallon at the gas pump a year from now, and the government will be telling you that gas prices are down because they're playing with the numbers. They always do. We want you to know the truth, but how do we get the truth? I talked to a couple of people this weekend. We've enlisted asamom.org and 912superseniors.org to be our inflation watchdogs across the country. I want to know what's happening in your area. They're going to be checking the prices on the grocery store shelves of the products that you use every day and reporting on inflation weekly so you can do your own homework and be part of the solution. If you want to be part of those groups, if you want to help, we could sure use the help. We'd love some eyes and ears out in the grocery stores and at the gas pumps. You be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Check those sites out. Back in a minute. This week, not only the problems, but the solutions. Solutions all this week. Tomorrow, history you never knew that will blow your mind. Also, later this week, food storage. And then on Friday, we started something about the trilogy of holidays last Friday. We're going to work on Thanksgiving and gratitude. You don't want to miss it. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow from New York. Good night, America.